there's a lot of really good guys in that RTC group, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Burrows, McFadden. I think Hall he's still competing
Yep,
because
Mark Hall.
I know he's on the staff. So you got Hall, you have McKenna. I mean, obviously yourself too. But was that something? Because I'm not gonna lie, I can be a little bit of a fanboy, you know. But was that something that when you were thinking about okay wrestling now at this RTC, was that something that you were a little bit shy, like just being around these big names, or was it something that you kind of adjusted to pretty quickly?
I always had the envision of, I'm very good. I think I would say I'm much better at freestyle than folk style. So I wanted to wrestle a couple more years after I graduated, and it just made so much sense to stay with the PRTC since they basically molded me into the wrestler I am today. But once after NCAAs, my senior year, I never was an All-American. So that really threw me off of like, man, how can I wrestle at the next level if I didn't even become an All-American? So that was really mentally tough to where you have this RTC where Jordan Burroughs was an NCAA champ, all these guys, at least the lowest accomplishment was an All-American. And I'm like, I don't even have that. So that's something just mentally I needed to adjust to where kind of getting over that hurdle of, I didn't accomplish exactly what I wanted to accomplish in college, but that doesn't mean I still can't become great on the senior level. So that was definitely intimidating for me and tough to swallow.
Yeah, I think people sometimes get lost in the accolades that they forget, like, well, what's the most important thing? It's obviously, yeah, you want to be able to accomplish your goals, but it just sounds like I think from, the life lessons as well as like the skill that you've developed. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be reflected in maybe the outcome, right? But, you're still a hard worker, you're still a good wrestler. You didn't get what you wanted on that day, but dude, you could still go win a world title. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Jamil Kelly, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
ever an All-American, got silver medal in the Olympics. Like that's pretty sweet, dude. That could be you 100%. Maybe gold. Gold would be better, but
Yeah. I going into NCAAs my senior year, I put a lot of worth in an accolade. I put a lot of the way I viewed myself based off of how I would perform, and when I didn't get what I wanted at NCAAs and I didn't become an All-American, I viewed myself differently. And I really had to take a step back to really see like a different perspective in wrestling and not letting my worth or my my view of myself be going off of how I perform at a tournament. So I was a lot of I had to do a lot of rethinking after my senior year of just mentally like I can't put so much stock into a tournament like where I'm gonna let this tournament define who I am. So what you kind of based off what you were saying, that just there's so much more you gain from wrestling than just being on a podium or that trophy you're holding.
yeah, and I think it's like it's easy to get lost in that, and
It's a constant reminder.
yeah, Sean and I are we're coaching high schoolers now, and that's something that this especially towards the end of this last year. Like we had a guy win a second state title, and there were some other matches where we had guys that thought could get close to being on the podium as well. And I got a little bit caught up in some big moments where I was right, but I had to maybe did some things that probably weren't good. Just with other coaches on the staff, and thankfully I got some good mentors that kind of checked me a little bit. But
Yeah.
would you say like who are generally kind of your mentors or the people that you look up to just around your program right now that you're in?
I would say Joey McKenna's always been there for me. He's always just been a guy in my corner helping me with technique a lot of times. Roger Reyna has been our head coach. He's been a great guy. He recruited
He's the
me.
goat.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude. He's really just helped me. More importantly, he's helped me grow as a person. And he's got a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom that has helped me get to where I am today. Coach Slay has really helped me with growing in wrestling and off the mat as well. So I could probably go on and on about how certain people have affected my life throughout
Yeah.
Penn, and it's really an amazing ecosystem. But those three guys stick out to me.